The body is back. It's the Kira Chanel Davenport of All-Star 6, baby. And I'm coming to serve you my glamour goth runway. I decided to do this runway because it is gothic, but it's also gorgeous. So watch as I take you from this to this. So I first take me a little brow pencil and I just make sure those bad boys are going up in a direction that I need them to. Now you might get a couple stubborn ones, but hey, curse them out and keep on going. We're on a time crunch, sweetie. Now I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Some girls use school glue, but I use rhinestone glue. Don't call me crazy, it works for me. Don't try this at home. Now go in the direction that you brush your eyebrows in. It always works for me, at least I think. Okay, girls, we might be in business. We might be in business. Next, while that's drying, we're gonna go to our eyes. Now, I do my eyes first because I use so many different colors, and I feel like my eyes take the longest time for me. I'm always playing with different things with my eyes. So I try to do my eyes first because everything else, that way once I'm done with those, I can just rush through it. So with the goth look, we use a lot of purple, guys. So I'm gonna start my purple crease. Now you wanna circle that around. Man, we don't want any harsh lines. We're gonna go with a different shade of purple and just add that in our crease some more. Now don't be afraid of colors. Colors can be your friend. Just be afraid if they're not blended right. That's when it's a problem. So now we're gonna take our concealer and we're just gonna go over those brows. Now I usually go over our brows with a shade similar to my skin complexion, but today I'm gonna go with a couple of shades lighter, which would be like more my highlight color. I want my brows to actually go to a point. Now y'all don't ask me why I do a lot of this stuff when I do my makeup, because I really don't know. It just worked for me, and I ran with it. My makeup has changed from the first time being on this show. I had a chance to see what my makeup actually looked like on camera, because daytime lighting, bathroom lighting, and camera lighting is 3 different lights, honey. And let me tell you, you may think you are done once you get in that bathroom, but once you step into that daylight and once you step onto them cameras, woo! The shadows, the flaws, everything comes through. So I feel like it's improved. It's gotten a lot more cleaner. So what I did was I went under with a darker shade that was similar to my skin complexion, just to blend that concealer out a little bit more. Now, if it gets into the crease that you did earlier, that's okay because you're gonna blend that crease out some more. As you can see, baby, it's starting to merge on together. Now, if you have a little hairs coming out on your brows, it's okay. You can always grab a tweezer and just pluck them. Now, don't pluck too many because I hate for you to wash your face later on that night and baby, you don't have any brows left. And you come DMing me, cussing me out. Now, listen, I used to shave my eyebrows off, but I had to stop because the next morning I would look up and scare the hell out of myself because I would look like, oh my God, I had so much hair at the time and I would have no eyebrows, no facial hair. I was like, ooh, honey, we're gonna have to find a better technique. So now that we have those brows covered, you can go back in your shadow palette. It's the same shadow palette that I have been using. We're gonna get a lighter shade of the purple. Just gonna come on top of that and just keep blending it. Now this is a goth look, so don't be afraid to take the color all the way to your brow bone. I mean, this is your look, honey. You can do it how you want to do it. The one thing about drag, never let another girl tell you what you should look like. Now they can give their opinion and some advice, but know what you want to look like, baby. If you want to jug 17 colors under one eye, I'm not saying it's gonna be cute, but hey, go for it. Now I think the technical word is transition color from the crease of your eyebrow to your brow bone. I like to use my foundation powder. Now you can grab your brow pencil. It's like a nice brown. It's not too dark because I'm not a fan of black eyebrows. When I'm getting painted for the show, I have me a glass of wine or a good cocktail and my favorite tunes, and I zone out completely. I'm a huge R&B fan, but at the same time, my playlist is like all over the place. It might jump from gospel to R&B to pop rock to country. Yes, I listen to country music. Hell, I'm country. I mean, it's all over the place. So I just kind of let my playlist just flow. So whatever comes on, trust me, I go into a zone and I am feeling my jush. That's the elements of Akira. Now we're gonna go under that brow bone, put a little powder, a little highlighter, illuminator. What is this? Yeah, illuminator, I guess, I don't know. I told you guys I'm not a makeup artist. I just buy the stuff, it works. I run with it. Now the good thing about this, it actually blends into your transition color well too. So now we have that done, we're gonna go ahead and cut our crease. Now I'm gonna take the same concealer I cover my eyebrows with to cut my crease. And I like to use a good angle brush for this. I love using angle brushes when it comes to concealer because you can use the point of it. That just makes everything really smooth. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. You see how thin that is? And now we're gonna go and just get a little black. Since it is a goth look. And we're just gonna come in the corners, honey. Now you have to make sure you put that powder on top of that concealer and open your eye and exercise your eye a little bit so you know if you got it. Because if not, you'll think you done put shadow on top and girl, here come the concealer cracking on through. You don't want that, Miss Mamas. Now be gentle when it comes to the black because baby, you put too much in the wrong spot, you doomed. I'm actually winging my eye a little bit more than I would normally do because I want the ideal of my face to be snatched upward. That way everything comes down and I look a little more evil, but I still look glamorous or good or gorgeous. Get a little more purple. We're gonna blend that black out. Now make sure you have your blending brush on hand, on standby, because you're definitely gonna need her again. Bam. And you don't have to put any product on here, just go ahead and just grab it. It should still be some on, and you just wanna take this sort of blend it out some more. Uh-oh, looks like we're cooking with grease now, baby. So now we're gonna fill in the front. Now with this, I decided to use like a light color, only because I didn't want it to be too dark. I'm not a fan of a smoky eye, like a fully smoked eye. I always try to open my lid up with something brighter. Now don't be afraid of glitters, just because it's a gothic look. Glitters will definitely work still. I'm just gonna add that as a transition color. Exercise your eyes, make sure the concealer's not coming through. It's okay, you can make some faces. Listen, you in your mirror in your bathroom. You're only judging yourself. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some liquid liner. Whoever's watching this, don't judge me at the faces I make when I'm getting in drag. Just trust the process and the journey, okay? Now in this case, don't be afraid to just snatch her on up. Boom! I had to make myself learn how to do drag because I have watery eyes. And so when I would get in drag and get painted by somebody else, every time they would go under my eye would just start leaking and it would just cry all night long. And no matter what I did, it would never stop until I actually got out of drag for some strange reason. So it was like, I either have to figure out what's wrong with my eyeballs or I have to learn how to do my makeup myself. So now, as you can see, I learned how to do my makeup myself. I think one of them are going up, one is going more. When that happens, you go back to your concealer brush, bing, and you just clean up wherever you wanted it to actually go, which in this case, I wanted mine to come upward. So now that that's done, I guess it's safe to say we can put on our contacts. Okay, contacts in after a full battle. Now we're gonna move on to under the eyes. This is a gothic look and we're using like a lot of blacks. I like to open my eyes up with the same angle brush, but a lighter shade. And you just kind of open your eyes up some. Now we're gonna go under with a little black. My eyes are done for the time being, so we're gonna move on to highlighting and foundation. Now I like to apply the foundation to my brush. I kind of just like stroke it or brush it across like this to get a little bit of highlight on there. And then I apply it versus applying it directly to my skin. Now, back when I first started doing makeup, I wore a lot of highlight, like a lot of highlight. Like I was almost like baby powder white under my eyes. As you can see, that definitely stopped. So now I'm more gentle with the highlight. Now I know a lot of girls who like to get like 9 shades brighter than y'all highlight. I used to be one of those girls too, until I like the Ghost from Christmas Past in my pictures. Now, I did notice that I do have a slight after 5 shadow. My old man is starting to kick in as I'm getting older. It's cool. I found me some great concealer. We're gonna make those bad boys go away. See? Oh, y'all see it? I'm just not as fish as I used to be, honey. Or either my razors just don't work as well. We're gonna blame the razors. I like that option better. Oh, girl, very important tip. Ladies, start hitting your neck. Make sure that you get under that chin and on that neck. Sometimes you can be so painted and look so stunning. And then you lift that neck up, it's like, there go Christopher, showing through on that neck. Now we can use our liquid foundation for everywhere else. Now that we can cover up Henry and Tyler and Duke, or whatever your boy name is. And we just come on top of that. Yeah, come behind your ear. Go wherever you need to go. Now, if you scare yourself in this process with what you look like, that means you're doing something right. Come down your nose a little bit. You gotta break her down, Miss Kia. I can't afford the rhinoplasty yet, so we gotta break her down with this makeup. And like magic, shadow, be gone. Now that my shadow is gone, at least for right now, until I start sweating, we're gonna go ahead and highlight ourselves. Now my highlight is a mixture of highlight patterns that I just kind of made myself. Just gonna come under the eye. If I can recall, I did apply a little bit more highlight than I usually would, only because it's like a ghoulish look. Now some people like to put like a lot of highlight powder and just let it like sit there, and they call it baking. I like to blend mine in first and then just add a tad bit more and let that bake. But I like for it to be blended while it's baking. Ooh, she coming into form. She's on the way. All right. Now that we have highlighted ourselves, we're gonna go ahead and move to contouring. Now, this is my favorite part, because as y'all all know, I have a big old round face. I like to break this bad boy down. It's like I have the Naomi Campbell cheekbones. Now push them cheeks, you know, push up a little cheek. It's okay to pooch. Do the pouty look. I call it the pouty look. I love a dark look on a girl, especially like a dark purple lip. It just does something to my spirit. I'm gonna take a little bit of this color. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Get that off. We'll go back in here. Some more browns. And you'll start to see a cheek come on into form the more you blend those colors in. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna go back to our eyes. We're gonna go under our eyes. So now we're gonna add the color, because now we have the highlight there. So now we're gonna add the color with my effect that I want to do to blend the purples down. So get you a fine angle brush like this and just kind of come under your eye. You bring it over like this. Now I did it like this because I wanted to make sure I still had my highlight in the areas where I wanted to cut my eye. So now we're gonna go with a little purple and we're just gonna blend under the eye. One thing an old school girl had told me a long time ago, your best brushes are your fingers. So at any point that you need to blend something out, it's okay to use your fingers. I use mine all the time. So what I'm gonna do is basically take the purples that I used earlier in my crease, and I'm gonna go from the darkest to lightest to blend downward into my highlight. And you just kinda wanna blend it into your contour where your cheek is. See? So now we're gonna go ahead and add a little something something in this area. And I'm using a little highlight color for this part. So now we're gonna take that same little baby pencil. We're gonna go into our deep dark purple with a splash of black, just to define that line a little bit more under the eye and also in the crease. So I'm gonna go back in our crease a little bit. Actually gonna take this brush and wing it, that line a little bit more. You can even go back in your purples. Bring it on top so we're blended still. So you're kind of gonna do the same effect you did under the eye right here. So now that we're done with our eyes officially, before we put on our lashes and stuff like that, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we blend our contour in, make sure we get all those harsh lines out. So get your contour brush, just come on over. While we have the highlight out, we can actually go ahead and highlight ourselves. Get us a good fan brush. Above your lip, hit the chin, and the forehead. Now, it's time for some construction work. Breaking down this nose. Bring it up. I like to take mine all the way up to my brow bone. And then just come down your nose. And then go under. And if that's not enough, you can get a darker shade. But you have to be careful, ladies, because I keep saying ladies, but hey, everybody's ladies in my book. And you just kind of go right on the edge of glory. Just to give it a little more definition where you want your breakdown. Now you have to be careful because if you don't do it just right, girl, you have a crooked nose. I'm gonna bring a little of that color down, that purple. Now, I'm gonna take a little highlight and I'm just gonna go under my cheeks, just to give my cheeks a little more definition. While you're letting this sit, you can actually go ahead and start lining your lips. Oh. Okay, so listen, little drag trick. I don't have a pencil sharpener. My pencil just broke. You open up one of your shadow palettes that has a color similar to what you want to use anyway. And you just keep going. No need to panic, honey. There's always drag magic. You just line your lips with a shadow. Now I make my lips smaller because I have huge lips and they're natural. So now that I have my lips lined, I'm gonna go ahead and put my overall powder on. 'Cause baby, guess what? They're calling us to the main stage. I'm just gonna make sure we blend. Don't forget that neck. Go on our forehead. Now I hope y'all see how pretty I look through this camera because I look amazing in this mirror. And now we're moving on to our lips. I'm gonna play with some eyeshadows on my lips. So I wanna do like an ombre effect on my lips. So I'm gonna take a little black, like I'm from the 90s, and line my lip. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come in the corner of them. I'm just gonna blend. Like that. It's okay to blot. Like you're a fish. I'm Dory. We're gonna take another shade of purple. I try to find something with like a little highlighter in it. I'm just gonna go right in the center. Now that we have those lips done and they're pouty fresh, we're just gonna go ahead and add a little more highlight before we end this with our lashes. Hit our chin a little bit. Oh, before I forget, highlight the nose. Take your fingers. So take your contour brush and just kind of go under your chin. You can use whatever's left on it. Everything has finally came together. So, the best part, lashes. I like to kind of just like bend it so to shape my eye. Now, if you get a little glue on your lid, it's okay. Let it dry and peel it off. And I kind of just follow where I did my liquid liner as far as the angle. Then you get your liquid liner and you just kind of go make it darker under there. Now everybody doesn't have to do this at home. This is something that I always do, and that's put my mold back. Just my natural mold, and then I add an extra. Now I'm gonna add a few bottom lashes. So the face is done. It's time for the grand finale of the look. I'll be right back. All right, ghoulish girls and gals. This is my glamour gothic look. What do you think? Ghoulishly gorgeous, right? This is one of my favorite looks because I've always been a fan of the art form of goth, and I've had a chance to make it more glorious, more glamorous, more Akira Davenport meets Terry Mugler meets Alexander McQueen, and we had this beautiful baby. Thank you guys for watching. You can follow me on all my social media sites. If you're a fan, you should know them, but the main one you can catch me on is Twitter at @A_CC_D. Love you guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for loving me.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.